I gotta give the Bengals a lot of credit because I didn't know exactly how they were going to do this draft. And so far, they have absolutely destroyed it. Starting off right away, going out there and getting a star stud pass rusher, kind of being a rotational piece, but very versatile piece in Miles Murphy. Absolute A plus draft grade, for me at least. I know not everyone agrees with that one. Number two, and again, at first I was kind of on the fence, but now I'm really loving the guy as I'm learning more about him. Number two, DJ Turner. You know, you lost Eli Apple and Trey Flowers, so now you get yourself a stud. You can have it in the rotation. And when we drafted him, I was like, okay, well, you draft DJ Turner, maybe he could play some safety, you know, kind of like that. But no, the third round, Cincinnati goes out there and gets Jordan Battle, a stud safety, who first off, not only is amazing overall wise, the guy is the most balanced safety, one of the most balanced safeties in the draft. He's an amazing cover safety, and he's also an amazing run support, just stack him in the box type of safety. He can do a little bit of everything, right? And that's what you want to see in Lou's defense. At the end of the day, what do you need to give Lou to be successful? Give him a player who is as versatile as humanly possible. That's all they have done in this draft. All three guys are very versatile. So let's do these last three rounds. We will be live today talking about these, breaking these down. But here's how the fourth round went when I went ahead and simulated it. Kelly Wingo went first. Dawand Jones went second, which, to be honest, the fact that Dawand Jones is still on the board really goes to show how red flags can completely ruin your career. When teams put red flags on you and say, you know, we don't think you're going to be successful because A, B, C, and D, a lot of people are like, oh, don't listen to that. You know, you're going to prove you're successful. Yeah, but because of red flags, if he is successful and he's one of the best tackles, it's going to be one heck of a storyline that, you know, every team said no to him. There we go. The star pass rusher from Northwestern went off at pick 105 the Cardinals. Clark Phillips, Luke Wiper, Darius Rush, Antonio Johnson, and then so on and so on. No one I really care too much about, except for maybe Blake Freeman, because you could take him a little bit later. Nothing too crazy. So what do I do in the fourth round here? Zach Evans went off the board. I kind of hate that pick. Where do I go here? Well, there's a lot of areas you go here. You could go with tight end, right? You could go with offensive line. You could go with, what's it called? Honestly, offensive line and tight ends usually what I'm looking at, or running back. But guess what? I say let the mad scientist cook. Let the mad scientist freaking cook. Because what I say you do is you get even more craziness on this defensive line. Listen, at the end of the day, it is what it is. We have a guy in DJ Reader who's 30 years old, who's our D tackle, but he's 30 years old. He's not going to be here forever. You're eventually going to have to replace him. Now, Moro Jabo is not a D tackle. He is a pass rusher, but he's 6'3", 292 pounds. You can kind of put him as a rotational piece in that defensive line. We run a 4-3. So he's a 3-4 defensive end, but you can convert him to a 4-3. I love, love, love this pick. Moro Jabo. Give me my star player here. Alright, so outside Moro Jabo, now I am kind of looking toward the offense, okay? Listen, you get 2-star rotational pass rushers. You get yourself a corner, you get yourself a safety. Now I'm probably looking more toward the offensive side of the ball. And there's a couple people I do like on offense. First off, for offensive tackles, I really do like Nick, I'm not going to say his last name correctly, but he is a right tackle from Old Dominican. Now, the thing about him is that he is best suited at guard, but he can play tackle too. He played tackle most of his career, but a lot of NFL experts think that if he goes to guard, he'll be like top 10 in the league. So it's very possible, you draft him at right tackle, but he ends up just playing backup guard, which for a 5th round pick, if the guy can play left guard, right guard, maybe a little bit of center, He could work out very, very well. But, you know what? Running backs wise, there are a couple running backs I love here, and Keaton Mitchell is that guy I love here. So I'm going to be so split here right now because there's two players I want, and there's only one pick. Keaton Mitchell, East Carolina. This guy is an absolute freaking gadget beast. First off, he is not a prototypical running back. He is a Tavon Austin type running back. He can be a receiver in the backfield, but also be a guy you hand the ball off to. You're not going to give him too much rushes, but he can get, some extra yards if you need him to get maybe a big play, just explode off the line and absolutely take off. But what he really is good for is his pass blocking ability, his blocking ability in general, and of course his receiving ability out of the backfield. He's exactly what Zach Taylor was talking about when he said what the Bengals look for in a running back. He has all the intangibles you want as for a Bengals running back. The second guy I'm interested in, I've talked about many times, it has to be tight end, and it has to be Josh Whyle. I love this guy too, from Cincinnati College here. And again, he is that vertical threat tight end. You pair him up with, our man, Irv Smith, and he can be an absolute stud. Two really good players there, and I'll be honest with you, I'm so much on the fence here. Because here's how I look at it, right? Keaton Mitchell, I feel like, is not 100% chance he's going to come in and become the star player that we need him to be, right? There's a good chance he comes in, he translates to the NFL, and he's able to continue being a gadget-type player in the NFL. The good thing there also is, eventually, if Tyler Boyd doesn't come back, you kind of think about, well, we have Keaton Mitchell, he could be that kind of slot guy. But, same time, though, he might not translate to the NFL. That was his college. Josh Whyle also might not translate to the NFL, but he does have a really good, on average, he's a pretty much average tight end across the board. He has all the intangibles you want, and he's 6'6", right? So, that's another thing I'm kind of interested in. Do you go with a tight end who is really decent, really average, or do you go with a crazy player like Keaton Mitchell who could be good but also could be a bust? This is tough. I'm going Josh Whyle. I'm going tight end. I'm giving another weapon to my man Joe Burrow. I mean, Keaton Mitchell's also a weapon, but still. So where did Keaton Mitchell go in this draft? Israel went right there. Let me see if I can find his name real fast. He went... And again, in real life, these guys might drop. We saw this in the last 2 days. Some of these guys just simply were dropping. Eric Gray went there. Where did Keaton Mitchell go? Am I just blind right now? I don't feel like I see Keaton Mitchell. Right there, he went to the Rams, 189. That sucks. Alright, it's whatever. Keep in mind, since he has 2 6th-round picks because they traded back with the Chiefs, which a lot of people were confused about, but, they got an extra pick, which actually works out pretty well. I really would love this pick. I know you might say, well, what are you talking about? We only want one offense and pick all defense. You can't keep going defense. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Because, first off, your offense is fine. Irv Smith stays healthy. The offense is going to be S+ tier every single game. Okay? Every single game is going to be S+ tier. But I do like running backs, too. There's some really good running backs I like here. Now, you can get Muhammad later on in this draft, a tad bit later. So, I'm not 1,000% going Muhammad here. 1,000% going him either. Evan, no. I don't really love him either. Alright. Here's what I'm thinking, guys. Continue to work on your secondary. Or... sorry. Continue to work on your secondary. I'm going with Quindell Johnson. I love this guy. He is going to be an absolute stud for the Bengals for a very long time. Even if he, at this moment in time, is just a backup role, he's going to be a stud. All right, seventh round. We'll end the sixth round here. Going to seventh. This is where I'm probably going wide receiver. Go Ronnie Bell. They sent scouts to look at him in Michigan. They liked him. Give Cincy what they want there. Absolute stud player. And now in the seventh round, I'm going running back, and I'm going with Muhammad right here. Love that pick. And there you go. So those are my last final picks. I know, Tom Boyd's going to be like, another mock draft? Listen, we have to finish it off here, okay? We have to finish it off for the last four picks. Last, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 picks. Moro Jabo, get yourself another stud pass rusher, another nice rotational piece. You can honestly never have enough of them. And that's not even my words. Zach Taylor himself said that. You cannot have enough good pass rushers. Enough, rotational guys. Quindell Johnson, Ronnie Bell, and Muhammad. So you go in another two defensive players. Another nice rotational safety here in Quindell Johnson. Not as good coverage, but really good tackle and run support. You need an extra guy in the box when they're running the ball down your throat. Go get him. Anyway, though, you also have Josh Wiley here, which, again, you could go Keaton Mitchell over Josh Wiley. I just really like Josh Wiley here. I think it fits perfect for the Cincinnati Bengals. Also, you got Irv Smith. He stays healthy. Drew Sample. You got a nice little extra vertical threat down the field in Josh Wiley. So, guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.